Welcome to Laura's World. I'm Laura, and this side of my face is extremely pissed off. It's been a couple days. Did you miss me? No? I didn't miss me either. I finally gotten back into my 78-step PM skincare routine, although I have narrowed it down to 15. And I am in the middle. Not in the middle, but I am in the midst of the routine, and I have 11 steps to go, but some of them are like lip stuff. I don't even know if that counts. Does that count? I have been feeling like crap. Just gonna be honest. You know, this channel is what I make it, and my illnesses have gotten the better of me, and yeah, I haven't slept in over 24 hours because, well, a mix of things. Number one, I get this weird thing, which apparently is related to fibromyalgia, where I can't regulate my body temperature. So I'm like shivering and sweating at the same time, and it's just god awful. It's just terrible. So like I'll be sweating and feel gross. I'll take the blanket off and immediately I'll be like ice cubes. And then I'll put the blanket like halfway on, and half of my body's on fire and the other half is freezing, and it's just a mess. And then it doesn't help that the dog decided she was going to sleep sideways and keep curling up on me. Too much heat, dog. Too much heat. I'm actually really warm right now, which is part of the reason why, I don't know, this side of my skin, it still feels warm, but this side is super irritated. Oh, look at this planet. Oh boy, I tried the patches. I put them on for a couple days. I noticed it getting harder and bigger and awful, and I know. I popped it. But this was over a day ago, so it's calmed down a lot since then, believe it or not. This is ridiculous. I'm going to try to put another patch on it because it looks like it's kind of rearing up again. So maybe the patch will work this time. So I was up the other day at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time to watch the funeral of the departed Queen Elizabeth II, and I made it all the way to the point where her vehicle was pulling into Windsor. And then no matter what I did, I just couldn't keep my eyes open. So I missed a bunch of things. I'm a little pissed about that because once in a lifetime much. Not that I'm trying to sensationalize her funeral, but let's be honest. It's something that's going to be sensationalized because it's literally the helm of an epoch. Think about it. I actually got a comment in my little thank you to Queen Victoria II video I made. Now to be clear, I wasn't thanking the hierarchy. I wasn't thanking the royals. I wasn't thanking the monarchy. I was thanking her as a person for what she'd done. She did what she could in her position to the best of her ability. Like, did she make every choice correctly? Maybe not. Could she have done more? Absolutely. Who couldn't? But I got a comment saying, decrying, yes, thank you for, I forget how it was phrased, but basically like extending all this colonizing for another 70 years or something like. And you know what? I'm not going to be a jerk about it. Like, people are free to voice their opinions, and well, this wasn't an opinion. It's a fact that the world, big chunk of the world was colonized because of all the conquering and all that, and the colonizing. And it's like, it wasn't just England. England was responsible for a shit ton of colonizing, but so were the people who came. Oh, were they British too? Okay, anyway. So I told them, all right, fair is fair. I was just thanking for her as a person, but I appreciate your insight. Because I'm not looking to fight with anybody, and I haven't gotten a response since, so because I'm really not looking to fight anybody. I missed the horse and the corgis. That was like apparently a highlight, and I missed that, but I saw everything up until her vehicle climbed the little hill up into Windsor. I don't like to sit and speculate. I'm not a very speculative person, but in watching King Charles III's mannerisms and his outbursts and everything that's been caught on film, you know, benefit of the doubt, he just lost his mother. He had her his whole 73 years. It's a long time. He's going to be a little testy. That might be why he's having a couple of outbursts. But really watching him, it's almost like he's got obsessive compulsive disorder. And I'm not trying to sit here and be an armchair psychologist. And I'm not about that life because I've got my own problems going on. But it definitely seems like he's got a bit of an agitation about him. I don't know. What do you think? Alright, he's been in training for this job his entire life, and I wish him well. I hope he does a great job. But I get this sneaking suspicion. Kind of like, okay, maybe this is going the wrong way, and if this comes off offensive, I apologize ahead of time. I don't mean it to be. It's just how my brain is kind of working right now. I was very fortunate in that I got tickets to see Paul McCartney in East Rutherford, New Jersey at his last concert date for this last Got Back tour concert date. You know, the one where Bruce Springsteen came out on stage and John Bon Jovi came out on stage. Like, it was a phenomenal concert. I had a great time. It was fantastic. But I also have tickets to go see Ringo in Atlantic City. Well, I went to see Paul mid-June, and now I'm going to see Ringo kind of like mid-end September. And it's like, Paul McCartney was this big deal, and while Ringo is still a big deal, I don't think he's going to be able to compare to the show that Paul put on. He is an outstandingly talented drummer of his own right. I mean, I did a little analysis of some of his drum style, and I gotta say, footnote here, I am a classically trained musician, so I kind of have a small inkling of I know what I'm talking about to a small degree. But there were some things like, let me point out Ticket to Ride. He could have gone boom chick, but he did boom chick, boom chick, boom chick. You know what I mean? Like, he had a way of his drumming was his voice, because let's face it, he can't sing. He can carry a tune. Which is, you know, important. They gave him his songs, you know, Octopus's Garden. What's that other one? Act Naturally is another one that comes to mind. But anyway, it's like, he's still great, but I'm sorry, I don't think he's going to be the same caliber of show that Paul McCartney put on. Number one, Paul McCartney played in a huge stadium. I almost said Giant Stadium because it used to be Giants Stadium. But Ringo was playing at Hard Rock Casino in Atlantic City. Like, the numbers aren't there. I don't know if he kept it small on purpose or what the deal is there, but nonetheless, I am still excited to go. Trust me, to have the opportunity to see two living legends in the same year? Privilege. I have no money. I'm in debt over my head. But my husband said, he was like, there is no way I'm going to stop you from seeing them. Yes, I'm going by myself. I just, in the last 5 or so years, got him to really sit down and listen to the Beatles. And he's starting to identify. He doesn't know the difference between McCartney, Wings, the All-Star Band, John Lennon's solo career. Like, he doesn't know the difference between these other elements. If I told him anything about the firemen, he'd look at me like I was, like, cockeyed or something, but I digress. So my point to all of this is King Charles III going to be great? Yes, he was bred to be so. But is he going to be as grandiose as his mother? No. And it's for the simple fact that she was coronated when she was 25. And he's 73. So unless he makes some kind of earth-shattering, altering change to the world, which, I mean, he might. He is a very modern kind of guy, in a way, because he's very eco-aware, unlike some people sitting in lofty towers wearing black and sheets and not sheets, Jesus Christ. The Supreme Court, that's all I'm going to say. The Supreme Court of the United States right now just going to leave it at that. Alright, enough of that. I just wanted to share my 2 cents because why not? Look at this itty bitty little thing of magic serum. I got a bunch of these somewhere. I kept saying that I got to put them together somewhere, but I keep forgetting to do that. And then I throw things in bags and put them somewhere to put them away and get them out of the way until I can get my dresser set up and put everything away properly. I no doubt I have a full size somewhere. I mean, I got this whole giant Magic Eye Rescue and what is this? The night cream. And I have the magic cream, 2 different sizes of that, so yay, this is why I'm broke. So I've been watching this chart, mini documentary on primogeniture of Charlemagne, the emperor, and going from the Salic to the semi-Salic ruling of rise to the throne, if you will, who's entitled to the throne. It's just kind of mind-boggling, all the wars and shit that were going on in that. It's just, whew. I mean, I'm like baffled at how much history we have in the world. Me personally, I have no idea. My ancestors were poor farmers as far as we know. And nothing's being traced back. My husband, on the other hand, well, he is an extremely far-removed cousin of the former Queen Elizabeth II. Not lying. Can't make it up. They have the lineage chart. They have the proof. He is related to her through Mary, Queen of Scots. I want to say it was either through might have been through her half-brother. You know, the bad guy. But they have all the genealogy charts, and they've traced their whole family back all the way, and he is a descendant of Queen Mary of Scots. So, you know what that means? As my father-in-law says, a $2 cup of coffee still costs $2. Although my husband and I are technically Lord and Lady. We are. We are technically Lord and Lady because we actually own deeded land in Scotland. Go figure. And it was not through Highland titles. I mean, so if I really wanted to be that extra, I actually have the paperwork that says I can legally change my name to Lady Laura and Lord Husband. So there it is. There's my plus. There's my plus. That's it. I mean, that's still pretty cool. We could, you know, I can't get citizenship or any shit like that because I wasn't born there. Neither were any of my relatives. But I mean, he could. An old colleague of mine actually just applied for and received dual citizenship in Ireland because she proved that her grandfather was born there, which, awesome. That's pretty neat. I mean, not gonna lie, if I had that option, I would take it. But I wonder if it applies elsewhere, like elsewhere in Europe. I'm legit 25%. Well, I can't say Czechoslovakian because Czechoslovakia doesn't exist anymore, but my grandfather was born in Czechoslovakia. He immigrated to the United States when he was 9? But then he and the family went back for a little bit. And then pre-World War II, they saw tanks rolling past their backyard, and the fam dam was like, peace, bitches. And then he signed up. He wasn't drafted. He signed up to serve in the Navy. He steered a ship. There's a picture of it somewhere. That's pretty fucking awesome. My grandfather on my mother's side also served in World War II, and I don't remember. I gotta find out if he was drafted. I think they both signed up, to be honest with you. They're both fiercely patriotic, and I mean, especially if you look at my grandfather on my father's side, who came to this country from what is now known as Slovakia, and fought for this country in the Second World War. I mean, that's huge. So that led me to this tangent now, where I wonder if I can get dual citizenship in Slovakia. Anybody know? Why do I think I can't? Yes, so I am a quarter Czechoslovakian/Slovakian. Because when he was there, it was Czechoslovakia. And then after he left, it was Slovakia. Like, his birth certificate said Czechoslovakia. It doesn't exist anymore. Anyway, I spent all day at my husband's job. I mean, my husband has the coolest job of anyone I know. And it's really awesome that I can just go hang out there at any time that I want. I can go practice piano, flute. At times I can practice the main event. I don't want to say where he works. Sorry. Maybe at some point. But, yeah, it's like a family. Like you say, don't let work become like family, but these people go beyond. It's like one of those... It's not a toxic work culture because nobody expects him to, like, work extra. He's salaried, so, I mean, he comes and goes. Like, if he has to leave to take me to a doctor's appointment, nobody bats an eye. If he gets all his shit done by Thursday, he doesn't have to go in on Friday. If he's got to stay home for whatever reason, he can work from home. He's never had time off denied. The man never takes a sick day, and if he does, he's, like, dying. So my plan was to sleep in a different office that had air conditioning. He has air conditioning, but it's like one of those blower units, and it's kind of loud and, you know, damp. But, you know, he's got a couch in his office, but it's a leather couch and the arms are a little hard. However, in the other office is a more cushy couch. It's much softer. It's a little smaller, so I had to crunch up a little bit, but I did. Yes, this is how extra I am. I am extra. I might as well change my name to Lady Laura. I brought a pillow with me, but I threw a bunch of stuff in the pillowcase, including my iPad, the iPad charger, and my headphones, because I had this brilliant idea that I was going to use the time to focus on doing the next part of my story. Story? One of these days I'll get into it. It has to do with my Sims characters. I wrote some novels. The point of me going there was actually because my husband and I were supposed to work on the 500 extra pages in the next step of my disability application. It's damn near impossible to get it in America. I mean, I have doctors writing in. I've got all the proof they need. I've got a list of hospitalizations. I've got a litany of things wrong with me. And I still got this bad feeling that they're going to deny it. And they say, oh, well, then just go get a lawyer, and you'll get a lawyer and they'll fight for you. And then when you win, they'll just take a percentage of your back pay. And I'm like, no, I don't want that to happen. So we gotta find somebody. We gotta know somebody at this point. I hate to play that game because I've never been that way. But it's become that way in America, where the only way you're going to get anything is if you know somebody or you know something. And I hate that. That's dirty. So yeah, here I am, chilling out, lying down on the couch, think I'm going to take a little nap. Never fell asleep for some strange reason. I took my pills. I thought I was going to chill out. It didn't happen. I said, all right, I'll work on my story. I turned on my iPad. Working on my story also means heavy picture editing. Pictures and words are how this works. Yeah, how am I gonna edit precise things in a picture without the stylus? Kinda need that. And I'm not blaming my husband per se, although he says that I blame him for everything. I don't. I take responsibility. It was my responsibility to make sure I grabbed the stylus before we left the house, and I didn't. But here's the thing. I always leave the stylus attached to the top of the iPad. There's a little magnetic strip at the top. I have the... What do I have? The 11... I don't know which one I have. 11 or 12 something. Whatever. We bought it almost 2 years ago? No, about a year ago now. Shit. My calendar's way off. Yeah, it'll be a year in January as far as I know. Anyway. The agreement was that we would get it for me to use with all my crazy apps and the editing feature with the stylus. It makes it a lot easier than using the mouse with my computer, which was driving my wrist nuts. I need the computer to take the screenshots, do the screen grabs, and do color correction and overlays and things like that. But then, like, the nitty-gritty editing is done so much easier on an iPad with the stylus. So, but the stipulation of buying that iPad was that, and we weren't in debt at that point, god damn. The stipulation was that every once in a while my husband would take the iPad to whatever meeting or rehearsal that he had where he needed to have music in front of him that he had to supply himself. And it has an e-reader, like a music reader on it, where you flip the page by just touching the screen, which is pretty neat. And so whenever he has to go to a meeting or whatever and has to have the music in front of him on the iPad, he just takes the iPad, but he detaches the stylus so it doesn't get lost. Great intentions. Even the best of intentions aren't the ones that turn out so great. And so here I am with an iPad I can't use, and my phone is dying because I've been on it for hours. Whatever. And then half the building lost power, so the air conditioning went off, and I'm just like, first world problems, I know, but that's basically how my day went. And then I got taken out to dinner, which was awesome. See, I'm friends with everybody over there. Everybody knows me. People I don't even know who I am because of my husband. I think I might have mentioned he is slightly high profile. He does wind up on TV and in print news a lot. He was actually just quoted in the New Yorker, which is fabulous. But, no, he doesn't make $100,000. Nope, not even close. But he's doing something really big and really important, and I'm proud of him. So we got to go out to a local yokel steakhouse. Although I gotta say the food is, They had a special, a filet, and I'm looking at my husband like, what's my price point? He's like, yeah, whatever you want. I'm like, we don't have the money. And he goes, well, we're not paying for it. I was like, no, I'm not that kind of person. I was just gonna get the grilled chicken. And then somebody else yelled at me. They were like, why are you gonna get chicken at a steakhouse? I'm like, because it's cheaper. And they were like, get the special. So you damn right I got the 8-ounce filet. And it came with salad bar and French fries, or like steak fries, although I think they are just called chips in the United Kingdom. And yeah, it came with a dessert. And I went for the stupid chocolate lava cake, and it was stupid. I should have just got the cheesecake like everyone else, but I'm like, and I also had, ooh, believe it or not, I had a drink. I don't like to drink, but after, you know, I got a little to the point of a meltdown this afternoon from a couple of things that I'm not going to go into. So after that, and then being super touchy and not wanting anybody to be anywhere near me, and just like, one of the people very lovingly started giving me a shoulder massage, and I was like, oh my god, stop touching me. But they meant well, and I've known them for years, so it's not like one of those creeper things. But yeah, I had a drink, and loosened me up a little bit. But I get it very small and very rarely, so yeah, it was mostly soda anyway. And now here I am wondering if I've been yammering on too long that I can't do a little show and tell. But I want to do a show and tell, so I'm gonna do it. This shit is pulling double duty right now. I'm so glad to have this back up here. This is... oh shoot, what the hell is this called? This is retinoid. And this is, as far as I know, the only retinoid you can get over the counter, which is stronger than a retinol. It's used to treat acne, which... but it also, they found, kind of accidentally treats wrinkles. Hey, I probably talked about this already, but I just slathered this all over my face, which I don't even know if you're supposed to do that. Once daily, please cover the entire affected area with a thin layer. I mean, alright, I spread it out. It's not tacky or anything. Also, I am wearing my super great scrunchie and my messed up weird hair. Kind of matches the shirt a little bit, but it's got pink, purple, and red in it. It's kind of tight. It's kind of a smaller sized elastic inside of it, so it's a little bit tight. I see my scalp moving, Jesus. You know, I was talking to a friend about this Strivectin double fix for lips that I've been using, and they're like, why do you use it? You don't have wrinkles. First of all, I do, right in the corners of my mouth. And second of all, you know, an ounce of prevention. Wrinkles are inevitable. They are a side effect of aging. We can't avoid it. I do have to say I rather enjoy not looking my age. But it's not going to last forever. Beauty is fleeting. It is within the eye of the beholder, but at the same time, what you exude from the inside is what determines your beauty. And no, that wasn't just like an ugly person saying it. It's true. Because some of the ugliest bitches might look in a photo really pretty. Get to know them, and you'll see their true ugliness. Seen it firsthand. Don't take my word for it. Find out. I personally wouldn't classify myself as someone beautiful. I mean, I have gotten a few comments from people calling me beautiful or calling me pretty, and every time I see that, I'm just like, oh my goodness, really? I mean, I could do worse. You know, I figure... I think it's my hair that makes me feel ugly. I like my eyes. I like the shape of my eyes. I like the color of my eyes. You know, I could sit here and pick at everything else that's wrong with me, but... yeah, I could do worse. I could do worse. But don't get me wrong. I'm picking at myself a little bit, and I'm saying I don't feel that I am a beautiful person, like, facially beautiful person, but I love myself. And it took a long time to get there, and sometimes I forget that. Today I had a moment where I was just like, F this noise, and I was just not having it, and things were not going well. But you know what? I still come back to home base, bring myself back in, and say, listen, no, you're not ugly. You're not ugly because you don't go out of your way to be an asshole. And I really don't go out of my way to be an asshole. I can be. I've been provoked I've been driven that way occasionally, or sometimes I'll just meet someone who rubs me the absolute wrong way and I will do everything I can to get away from them. I mean, is that really being an asshole, or is that just trying to avoid conflict? I don't know. Alright, so get this. You may or may not have noticed that I'm not wearing a headband. My head feels much better than it did earlier today, but there's a reason I'm not wearing one right now, and that's because I got some headbands in the mail. So some of these may or may not have been for kids, but that's okay because I'm just a big kid. I got cat ears and they came in gold, kind of opaly white and pink. So cute. Then I got this situation. It's like navy blue and lightish brown and white stripes with a knot at the top. These are from Nordstrom. Can't French. Manière? I'm just guessing. I'm not gonna clip that off with some scissors, but I figured this was different. This was different. This might work. It's all French all over the label until you read the part that says Manière, New York, and on the back it says Made in America. Then, I mean, it kind of, I think it came, did it come on time? Yeah, I think it came on time for the funeral, and I had every intention on wearing it because it's like, it's not a fascinator. I don't own a fascinator. I would like to own a fascinator, but I just don't. It's another Manière, but it's like this black poof, puffy looking thing that could almost pass for like a non-aristocratic American trying too hard. But I thought it was, you know what? I thought it was nice. And the thing was, I ordered it. I actually ordered this before the Queen passed, so it's like, it took a while to get here. Not gonna lie, it took a little bit longer to get here than I would have wished, but it did come before the funeral itself. I thought that was pretty interesting timing, and I said, ooh, I'll wear this for the funeral, and I'll feel like I'm, you know, I'm taking part or something, and it just didn't happen. I don't know if I like it on this side, but not shabby. Look at this. Look at this. Look at these flowers. Oh my god, it is precious. It's slightly reminiscent of the tiara that, well, it's a headband, but it looks a lot like the tiara that my husband bought me for my senior flute recital in college. Of course, he was just my boyfriend at that time. And it's also the same tiara I wore on our wedding day. But it looks it's like a simplified version of what that tiara looked like, if I can find it. I also have a very fancy headband that served as like a 20s, 30s style headpiece, because we went to a 20s, like 20s-ish themed wedding last year. I got all dolled up. My husband dropped money to get me all dolled up, bought me this fabulous gown. And that's when I was doing my crappy makeup and re-poking holes in my ears. Anyway, I like it. It's so cute. Oh, gap. Oh, I have a weird head shape. No one will notice, right? Psst, whatever. I don't hate it. I was wondering how it was going to appear because it's kind of big, but it's taking some of the bulk from my head, if that makes sense. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it, but actually I don't hate it. I could see myself wearing this out somewhere. I'm just going to have to see if I can, because it's the headband underneath is plastic, so I'm wondering if I should run it under some hot water or maybe get a blow dryer and kind of blast it and see if I could expand it a little bit, because it is a little tight right here. But other than that, okay. Okay, this is it. This is the pinnacle of cheap cute. Oh my god. I love it. I love it. It's terrible. No, but I really like it. Oh god. Someone, I need help. Someone needs to save me from myself. Yo, that Charlotte Tilbury night cream is some amazing stuff. Like, okay, so my face really hasn't calmed down that much on this side, and I'm not holding my breath for the rest of the night. But like my face, everything I'm doing to it step by step as I let everything soak in, it's bringing me back to that pre-hospitalization skin glow that I had, which I'm very excited about because I worked really hard to get there and I just let it go to the wayside. I mean, I still did skincare while I was up here, but it was like a splash of Shiseido here and a Polish Choice of hair there, everywhere, Elemis, you know. But it seems that a majority of my best routine comes from a mix of different products, really. You know, my super intense 78-step skincare routine, PM skincare routine, includes a bulk of Charlotte Tilbury and Starvectin skincare. I mean, I am a believer in Starvectin. It is expensive, man. And the old lady Gentrifique, Genifique, my bad, Gentrifique, because I'm thinking of like geriatrics or something. I don't know. This stuff is bomb. And that actually leads me into the next thing that I'm gonna show. Now, before y'all come for me, don't come for me. Y'all, why did I say y'all? That's so not in my vernacular. I don't know. Oh, you know why? Because one of the people that I hang out with when I go to visit my husband at work or spend time there is actually from North Carolina, so it's like, it rubs off. But, yeah, I got an email. I gotta stop reading my emails. That's my problem. I keep reading my emails, seeing all these amazing deals, and I can't pass them up. I'm that sucker. I'm that sucker that goes through my email. But, what? Nordstrom was having a, pretty big sale on some Lancome. Is this bag sealed? Oh no. Okay, so the first product in this set is the Tonique Comfort, which is a rehydrating, comforting toner. Like you don't have enough toners. Apply with a cotton pad. Like that's it. Apply with a cotton pad. Okay. And then we got this little guy here. This is a Fix It Forget It anti-pollution up to 24-hour makeup setting mist with plant extracts. Deflect and protect. I don't think I bought the set to use this specifically. And then it came with Absolute Nurturing Brightening Oil and Gel Cleanser. Oil in Gel Cleanser. Okay. In this box. Okay. And there we have the Lancome Absolute. My shitty nails. I'm gonna redo them at some point. If I can find the nail polish remover. Okay, and this last product from Lancome. I know I'm gonna get some heat. I bought another bottle of the Genifique, but a larger version of it because it was on deep discount and I use the stuff fairly religiously, so I didn't see why not. Youth activating concentrate. I love it. I use it every day. I have incorporated it into my 78-step skincare routine. Like, I used it tonight in addition to everything else that I got. How many? I got 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this isn't part of that. Okay, I have 4 steps left. Anyway, so I did get this in a larger bottle. This is 1.69 fluid ounces, and the one that I've been using is 1 fluid ounce. So this was part of a freebie. Don't ask me how that happened, but it happened. And that's, you know what, that's how they get you. Conspiracy. Nah, the freebie, I enjoy using it, and so I saw no reason not to get this, even though I don't have the money for it, but at least my skin will be happy, right? I got that trumpet, like, preamble salute stuck in my head, the part that comes before God Save the King. Yeah, I went a little off key there for a minute. Sorry. My singing is a little out of shape. I gotta get back into it. I sing Beatles covers, by the way. Anyway, I got that stuck in my head right now. I'm just casually using an aluminum bottle to try to cool off this side of my face that is very unhappy. No. Alright, well, I still have my 4 steps left, but I'm not going to bore you with that. I think that'll be it for today. Got a little ramble in the beginning about things in my head and my day and my headbands and some more skincare because I am insane. But yeah, I hope this was entertaining. Sort of, maybe, kind of, maybe not, I don't know. I try to have fun, and if I'm having fun, hopefully you're having fun. And if you're having fun, then my day is made. I was thinking of working on my opening, changing it maybe, I don't know. And also, I gotta be careful how I say my closing. Like, I've been saying it weird. I gotta get it right. Let me try. If you've made it this far, thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate your time. Feel free to throw me a like. I love comments. I reply to them all. Also, if you're having a good time, go ahead and follow if you feel like it. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Hydrate, get that H2O, get that SPF on your face, and have the day that you deserve, which I hope is fabulous. Bye! How was that? Does that work?